The billionaire Derek Stone returned home earlier than planned. His private jet had landed 2 hours before schedule, and he wanted to surprise the two most important women in his life, his wife Elena, and the woman who raised him, Mama Ruth, his black adoptive mother. He expected joy, laughter, maybe even a warm hug at the door, but the mansion felt wronged out the moment he entered. The air felt heavy. Too quiet. Too cold. Even the usually cheerful staff looked pale and nervous. One guard avoided eye contact when Derek greeted him. Another maid pretended to dust the same table. Again and again. Derek sensed something was being hidden. As he walked deeper into the mansion, he heard a voice echoing from the living room. A sharp, bitter voice. A voice filled with anger. It was Elena, but she never sounded like this. Not with him. Not with anyone. Derek stopped. His heartbeat slowed. He moved closer, carefully, silently, like he was approaching danger. Elena's voice cut through the silence. "Do you think you can do whatever you want in this house? This is my home now." Derek froze. My home? To whom was she talking like that? A softer voice answered, gentle, calm, full of patience. It was Mama Ruth. "Elena, sweetheart," she said softly, "I was only trying to help." "You seemed tired." Elena snapped back. "I don't need help from you. You're just pretending to be nice. Stop acting like you own this place." Derek felt a cold shock run through his body. His wife was talking to Mama Ruth like she was nothing. He stepped closer. Now he could see shadows on the floor. Their voices grew sharper. Elena continued, "You're just an old woman living in a mansion you didn't earn. If Derek wasn't so blind, he would have sent you away long ago." Glass suddenly shattered. Derek's breath stopped. His muscles tensed. Did Elena just throw something? He peeked around the corner, just enough to see Mama Ruth stood near the table, her hands slightly shaking, a broken glass on the floor near her feet. She was trying to pick it up, trying to calm Elena, even while tears filled her eyes. Elena moved closer, pointing a finger in her face. "This is the last time you try to correct me. I'm the lady of this house. Not you." Mama Ruth whispered softly, "I didn't mean to upset you." "Enough," Elena shouted. "You listen to me now." Derek's heart cracked. His throat tightened. He had never seen his mother look this small, this hurt. He wanted to rush in. He wanted to scream. He wanted to protect the woman who once protected him. But something stopped him. Shock. Disbelief. Heartbreak. Elena still didn't know he was standing only a few steps away, witnessing everything she had hidden. And in that silent doorway, Derek Stone realized the truth. The woman he married had a side he had never seen. And the woman who raised him was suffering alone. Everything in his life was about to change. Elena finally sensed someone behind her. She turned fast, expecting maybe a maid. But when she saw Derek Stone standing in the doorway, everything inside her froze. Her eyes widened and her angry face instantly changed into a soft fake smile. "Oh, Derek. You're home early," she said, voice suddenly sweet, almost trembling. Mama Ruth quietly lowered her eyes. She didn't want Derek to see her tears. She didn't want him to worry. Derek stepped inside slowly. Too slowly. Like a man trying to hold on to the last piece of hope. "What is happening here?" he asked gently. Elena laughed nervously. "It's nothing, sweetheart. Mama Ruth just slipped and broke a glass. I was helping her." Derek looked at the broken glass. Then at Mama Ruth's hand-red marks on her wrist, finger-shaped. His heart felt heavy. Mama Ruth whispered, "It's fine, baby. I'm all right." She forced a smile that only broke Derek more. Elena walked toward him and held his arm tightly. "You know how emotional she gets," she said softly. "She misunderstood my words. I was only trying to help. But Derek felt the tension in the room. The air itself was shaking. The staff stood quietly at the hallway's edge, watching carefully, almost pleading with their eyes. Something wasn't right. Something big. Derek turned to Mama Ruth. "Are you sure you're okay? Tell me honestly." Mama Ruth looked away. She didn't want to break the peace of the house. She didn't want to ruin Derek's marriage. "I fell, baby. Nothing else happened." Alina smiled wider too quickly. Too proudly. But Derek didn't believe it. Not after what he heard. Not after what he felt. That evening, the house stayed silent. Elena was suddenly too kind, too gentle, preparing dinner, talking softly, laughing a little too much. Everything felt fake. Mama Ruth stayed in her room, quiet, tired, wiping the corner of her eyes when no one was looking. Later at night, Derek couldn't sleep. Something in him kept whispering, "Look deeper. Something is wrong." He sat up, opened his phone, and connected to the mansion's security system. Camera list appeared. Living room, hallway, kitchen, terrace. He clicked living room, earlier today. The video loaded. And Derek's hands went cold. On the screen, he saw Elena pushing Mama Ruth's shoulder. He saw her pointing aggressively. He heard every insult again. Clearer, louder, harsher. He watched as Elena threw the glass on the floor, not by accident, but directly beside Mama Ruth's feet. He watched her threaten the staff. He watched her laughing when Mama Ruth tried to calm her. Every lie Elena told him earlier. Shattered. Derek closed the video, breathing heavily. His chest tightened. He placed his hand over his mouth as his eyes filled with anger, confusion, and heartbreak. Tomorrow morning, he told himself, he would confront his wife. He would get the truth, no matter how painful. And Elena had no idea that her perfect act was already falling apart. Morning sunlight filled the mansion, but the house felt colder than ever. Staff members moved quietly, afraid of what was coming. Mama Ruth sat in the dining room, sipping warm tea with trembling hands. She didn't know that Derek had already seen everything the night before. She only prayed he wouldn't blame Elena. She never wanted to cause trouble in his marriage. But today, nothing could stay hidden. Derek walked downstairs slowly, his face calm but eyes burning with a quiet storm. He had spent the whole night thinking, hurting, remembering every sacrifice Mama Ruth made for him. And every lie Elena had spoken. He entered the living room. "Elena, we need to talk," he said in a steady voice. Elena turned from the mirror, smiling like nothing happened. "Of course, darling." "Breakfast?" "No," Derek answered. "Truth first." Her smile faded just a little, but she still tried to act innocent. "What truth, sweetheart?" Mama Ruth walked in quietly. Elena frowned the moment she saw her, but quickly hid it when Derek looked her way. Derek spoke again, voice sharper now. "Yesterday, what happened between you and Mama Ruth?" Elena's eyes moved fast, first to Derek, then to Ruth. And then she began her lies. "She was shouting at me," Elena said softly. "She broke the glass. She even threatened." Derek raised his hand. "Stop." The way he said it made Elena's heart jump. Without another word, Derek picked up the remote and turned on the giant TV. The screen lit up. Security footage. Elena's face turned white. Mama Ruth gasped softly. The staff at the doorway froze. The video played Elena yelling, pushing Mama Ruth's shoulder, throwing the glass near her feet, threatening the staff, insulting the old woman who had done nothing but love. Every second destroyed Elena's lies. When the video ended, silence filled the room. A heavy silence. One that Elena could not escape. She tried to speak, shaking. "Derek, it's not what it looks like. I was stressed." "She provoked me." "No," Derek said firmly. "Mama Ruth has never raised her voice at anyone." You did this because you thought I wasn't watching." Elena's tears appeared instantly, fake tears, trained for situations like this. She grabbed Derek's arm desperately. "Baby, please. I love you. She's trying to turn you against me." Derek pulled his arm away. "For years, Mama Ruth protected me, raised me, loved me when I had no one. I will never let anyone hurt her. Not even my wife." Elena's voice cracked. "You're choosing her over me?" Derek looked at Mama Ruth, the gentle woman sitting quietly, eyes lowered. Heart too soft for the pain she endured. "I'm choosing the truth," he said. Then, he spoke the words that broke everything. "Elena, this marriage is over. Pack your things and leave my house today." Elena screamed, begged, tried to blame everyone else, but Derek didn't move. He didn't shout. He was done. Security escorted her out as her cries echoed through the mansion. Derek turned to Mama Ruth, sat beside her, and held her hands gently. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I should have seen this sooner." Mama Ruth smiled with teary eyes. A mother forgives before her child even asks. And in that moment, Derek realized he hadn't lost a wife. He had saved the woman who truly loved him.